Well, hi everyone, welcome to another episode of F1 Podcast. We find ourselves on the eve of the Canadian Grand Prix. Pep, you let us know your thoughts about Turkey in your awesome blog.
Oh mate, I did a short rant of 8.5 minutes, so I just I said it was short at the beginning of the video.
You're a liar.
And then I just talked.
You're a liar.
Yeah, thanks to everyone for your comments. There was heaps of comments on that video, so thanks very much guys. There's been so many comments and interest in this incident, Max.
Yeah, there has, and I think quite rightly so. We've got two teammates that are at the pointy end of the field, one taking the other out. I'm not going to bang on about it. You've heard what Pep's had to say. I pretty much agree with what he's had to say. I guess for mine, the disappointing thing was the initial reaction of Helmut Marko and Christian Horner. I lost a lot of respect for Red Bull as a result of that, which is unfair because the team shouldn't be tarnished by the actions of two people, but that is what I thought.
And all this backpedaling, Max, since then, everyone's been backpedaling, you know.
Amazing when everyone else in the paddock and in the world's media, well 90% of them, disagree with you. It's amazing how quickly you'll change your tack, isn't it?
Yeah, they had that press release with the shit happens and the photograph makes what they're going.
I've read every comment that Christian Horner made, and I thought it was as weak as dishwater. I think he needed to turn around and say this should never have happened, and Mark didn't do anything wrong, and let's move on. I mean, they clearly Red Bull are their number one driver is Sebastian Vettel. We've all known that for quite some time, so best not to piss him off and give him an opportunity to leave the team. But either way, I don't believe it was a racing incident. I think that's watering it down too much. Vettel got hot-headed up on the inside and screwed Mark's certain victory and lucked himself out of points. There you have it.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We find ourselves at Canada.
Yes, we do, mate. Yeah, we've got the Canadian Grand Prix, and I've just been so looking forward to seeing them return to Canada. It's been, well, every year there's been a lot of people at the circuit. It's a great atmosphere.
It's sold out this year.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder?
There's a lot of people there. It's a great circuit. It's an awesome layout. I always enjoy racing it on the PlayStation Max, and all the drivers seem to love it. So I love it. I think
every driver loves it.
Yeah,
it's a great atmosphere over there at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, around the city there. Everyone loves it. The drivers, it's one of their favourite Grand Prix, without doubt. And it sort of, I feel a bit nostalgic at the moment because I remember many podcasts ago, mate, when Canada was being wiped off the map for 2009.
We weren't happy, yeah.
We weren't happy, and you guys weren't happy, and that generated a lot of comments from you guys, and it was great to hear your thoughts about how passionate you are about getting the Grand Prix back to Canada and North America as well. And it's great to be sitting here in front of you on the eve of the 2010 Canadian Grand Prix.
Alright Max, well, coming into the Canadian Grand Prix, of course, we've got McLaren on the ascendancy because they won in Turkey and Lewis Hamilton's on pole for this race. So we've got McLaren, as far as we can see, mate, closing the gap to Red Bull and looking very strong in Canada in practice as well as in qualifying. So
yeah, I'm not in the least bit surprised, and I don't think anyone is.
It's all Lewis at the moment, but he's doing well, Lewis. I was pleased for him to get his win in Turkey. You know, for Lewis's for his team.
I wasn't. I was pissed off because it was Webber's victory. But sorry, we've spoken about that, haven't we? Yes, it was good to see. good to see McLaren on top again, mate.
Yeah. So, do you think, Max, that's going to translate into a race win in Canada?
I do believe it will translate into a race win in Canada. Everyone knew as soon as McLaren had their F duct on, everyone knew that the circuits with the larger straights were going to be formidable, and they've proven that for the first time this year. Red Bull are not on pole position,
yeah.
and that's no no disrespect to Red Bull, but we all knew that at Canada this circuit would definitely suit the McLaren with their F duct, and so it has been. But I thought it was wonderful for Mark and Sebastian to lock out P2 and P3, and to keep Jenson Button at bay.
Yeah, I was the same, Max. After Turkey, I thought that McLaren would do well at this circuit. I really thought that their speed down the straights would get them there.
Yeah.
And they've just seemed to have closed the gap. So I'm actually calling as my top three for the same as what they qualified. So I think that Lewis is going to take the victory, and the two Red Bulls will be second and third.
Okay. With the two Red Bull, who's coming second and who's coming third?
Mark second and Seb third.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll keep station.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So those are my tips, mate. I just don't see Lewis faulting as long as he gets a good start. I don't see him faulting or being caught by the Red Bulls. I think that he'll have some pace.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about that, mate. I tend to agree. I think, or my P1, as you know, is Lewis. I think the only thing that will stop that McLaren is mechanical failure, or he's
a Red Bull in the bum.
Yeah, or a Red Bull in the arse, and that's on the money. But I think Mark and Sebastian have started on the harder compound, so they've started on the prime tyre. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe Lewis has started on the option tyre, and they've been graining a little bit around this track. But I think by race time, with the track rubbered in, I think he should probably go okay. So yeah, I'm picking Lewis in P1. I'm picking Mark, despite starting off on the dirty side. I'm picking him in P2, and I'm picking Fernando Alonso in P3.
I picked him in P3 last race, and you've gone for the Ferrari in P3. Yeah.
I have. He's that Ferrari. I think this circuit suits it. Especially in the hands of Fernando Alonso. He knows his circuit like the back of his hand. I was very disappointed to see Massa qualifying in seventh, mate. And the interesting thing about that is that Antonio Liuzzi has qualified in sixth.
Yeah, and Satil was there as well.
Yeah, two Force Indias in the top 10. Yeah. So Satil in P9, Liuzzi in P6, which I think is a massive achievement for not only for Force India, but in particular for Liuzzi, because he's been written off so many times, and look, with a lot of justification, I might add. He's a bit of a lazy driver, but when he gets
he's been a bit shaky recently. You're right. There's been a lot of speculation about
big time, and whether he'd even stay in Formula One to the end of this season. But he's pulled a rabbit out of the hat, and he's qualified in P6, which is terrific.
Alright guys, well the Canadian Grand Prix is on at a ridiculous time in Australia. It's on at about 2 AM or something like that, Max, but we'll be staying up for it.
We'll be staying up for that, and then after that we'll be watching Australia defeat Germany in the opening World Cup match for Australia. I've said it. Look, if we do, I'll be a genius. When we don't, I'll be, well, an idiot. So I'm looking forward to being an idiot, but go Australia.
Alright guys, enjoy the Canadian Grand Prix. It's going to be a great race. We'll see you soon for the next video.
Catch you guys.
Bye.